Take the headphones off. Actually, we'll keep it closed. Yeah. Yeah? Until I show up and throw a bunch of Okay, test, test, test. You can hear me okay? All right. It is a beautiful day for lacrosse in Fair Oaks, California. We welcome you inside Bella Vista High School Stadium as the Broncos getting set to play their second of 3 JV games this week. After a big win over Christian Brothers just a couple of nights ago, 15-2, the Broncos have a big test on their hands tonight as they take on the Jesuit Marauders. Welcome to Bella Vista Lacrosse on YouTube. George Tharlson, David Houseworth with you. The Marauders coming into this game, interestingly enough, both the JV and the varsity are 6-5. And we'll talk about the JV first. They handed Junipero Serra High School of San Mateo their first loss of the year yesterday. with a 9-4 win over the Padres of Junipero Serra High School, a high school known because it's named after the founder of the Missions, and also known because somebody named Tom Brady played football there.
Okay. Good heritage.
Very, very good heritage.
Both ways.
But it was the Broncos on the JV side coming out big yesterday with that 9-4 win. I'm sorry, the Marauders of Jesuit. They are the Broncos' opponent for this evening. Bella Vista's JV squad coming off a couple of big wins after a disappointing loss a week ago at Rio Americano, win at St. Mary's, win at Christian Brothers, both decisive wins for the Broncos. So the JV squad seems to be rolling a little bit right now.
They've come a long way, and good to see they're on a roll. You mentioned the JV team here for Jesuit being 6-5. I think some of those guys are 6'5". If you've looked at them warming up, some of their guys are really tall, and they got a couple guys that are really small too. So, should very well be a good matchup. Jesuit is a good program, and BV on a roll. Good matchup today.
We have seen the likes of Vista del Lago and Whitney, two teams that, at least on the varsity side, have actually beaten Jesuit this year. But Jesuit's right up there with them. The program as a whole is at the elite level for Sacramento.
They are. They always have been. They get good athletes. The socioeconomics are always a good help in making a good program. So they have that too, and they have heritage. Like Sarah, and I bet they can draw good coaches too, for that matter too. So that's why they've had a legacy of being good at so many things.
And if you are a Jesuit fan joining us on the live stream tonight because you can't make it out here, which is perfectly fine, we want to welcome you and hope you enjoy what we do here with the Bella Vista Lacrosse program and our live streams here on YouTube. We, of course, will have the varsity game a little bit later on this evening when they, right around 7:30, when those two programs get ready to go. As we take a look at what's happening on the field, we are just moments away from getting started here at Bella Vista High School. That cheering you hear is the Broncos doing their huddle right around the football 25-yard line. And boy, they're loud.
Yeah, Jesuit is well known for being a good rugby program, so I think maybe is JV doing their haka? Is that what the rugby pre-game is called? The Aboriginal legacy kind of activity pregame. I think that's called a haka in rugby. So whatever it's called, JV's got pretty fired up, or BV's pretty fired up tonight.
All right, so the two teams are going to gather right at midfield, and they're going to do the ceremonial conversation, I guess, and we're going to get this one going. And just I don't often talk to the crew on mic, but just a quick note to our crew to get the other recording going, and so that we are ready to go. And we have 12 minutes up on the clock. It is time to get things started. This has been a game for Bella Vista that has been circled on the calendar for quite some time. And I know I was talking with some of the players last week after the Rio game, and they were talking about how, they still had a game against St. Mary's that they had to play, and they were still talking, hey, this is we know this one's coming up.
It's good to play this one this late in the season. Both teams, all teams are ready. They've got it figured out. They've got the last few weeks of the season here, last few games, and so they're they should be in full cruise going on right now. So you're the best you're going to be right about now.
Last year, the teams played on St. Patrick's Day over at Jesuit, with the JV result going in favor of the Marauders, 16-5. And the squads now are on the field. We're ready to get this one underway. So glad you could join us for all the action here at Bella Vista High School. And the opening face-off is going to be controlled by Jesuit. And we will pick up the players as we go along. In fact, that is Noah Martinez, who had a goal in the game against Sarah yesterday. That one goes out of bounds, and it looks like Bella Vista is going to take possession and try and build from the back end. Clearance very important here. Lev Elliott is in goal once again, and he is just having a remarkable year. Broncos kind of sweep this one forward. Max Posehn is right there to pick up the loose ball. And here's Thomas Lonnie, leading scorer now for
It's going
the
right-handed.
Broncos.
He's a lefty, and he was trying to go right.
And now the Broncos will move it back around. Zarin Bryan. Oliver Thompson scored against Christian Brothers on Monday. It was a JV-only game on Monday because, well, Christian Brothers is in that league that doesn't have very many JV teams, and Bella Vista missed out on a JV game last week, and also when Roseville came here for varsity, so it was good to get that one on the schedule for both schools. Lonnie behind the net, looking for Deacon, who has a little trouble with it, but he gets it back. Here's Avery Deacon working his way in. He's in front. He'll take a shot. And that's a nice save.
It's a decent shot and a good save, yeah.
Looks like that's Braden Beard at goal for the Marauders.
Jesuit's got a guy open on the 35.
Samuel Felix making his move. He had a goal yesterday against Sarah. Interception by Bella Vista. Broncos had it momentarily.
Would have liked to see the BV long stick not charge upfield with that ball and stay out in some open space. He just ran into 3 red shirts and loose ball.
Alexander Baltazar out front. Jace Bassett was one of the goal scorers yesterday as well. Bassett, he'll take a shot. That one swept away. May have contacted the stick of Lev Elliott. That one goes out of bounds. Jesuit was closest to the marker, so they have the possession.
Yeah, watching the warm-up, that shot there by one on Jesuit was left-handed. I believe he is left-handed, and he's a decent ball handler. Missed the cutter there.
And Oliver Thompson winds up with it. Jesuit playing very solid defense, and there's Jace Bassett once again.
Lefty.
And he's got James Howell on the left side.
Nice cut.
They tried to send it back out, and now we've got a whistle. Player winds up on the ground for Jesuit.
Loose ball push, I believe.
So we are
Restart over here by the 15.
a couple of minutes, about 2.5 minutes into this one here. Glad you could join us.
Watching warm-ups here, 2-3 was one of the good stick handlers for Jesuit as well.
And that is Gavin Anderson, a freshman. Trevor Tucker.
Decent defense.
He's a tall guy.
Yeah, they got him.
Tall drink of water, I think is what they would say. Bassett fakes right, moves left. Some great defense by Thomas Lonnie to jar that one loose. Bouncing around, and finally it is Thomas Lonnie who picks it up.
It's a good
Lonnie
hit.
takes a shot, dispossessed of the ball.
They got the cutter right on the crease right there. Boom, 2-3's
Right
ball
out
handler.
front, he'll take a shot.
Nice job.
Lev Elliott with the save.
2 saves.
Unfortunately, couldn't control the ball there. You may have heard the 100 call, so they'll spin it around once. Noah Martinez. And once again, here is Trevor Tucker out front. He's looking to drive. He scored yesterday as well. He slipped, ball comes loose, and here come the Broncos. But Tucker, even though he's tall, he can cover a lot of ground there with those long legs.
Need more sprint out of that BV midi there. Just to
Here's Posehn.
let it get a little too close.
Posehn being hounded defensively. Aaron Bryan is right there to set a screen for him.
Moving screen, I bet.
And the Broncos are going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
Not a bad call, actually, considering they just got the possession after kind of a lengthy Jesuit possession. And as you mentioned, the long stick had a little tough time there as bringing the ball up and needed to sprint a little bit more. I think Coach Zach Glenn kind of saw that they needed to regroup a little bit with possession here.
Yeah, and it's early, obviously, and so might they want to make a plan right now and get a high quality shot, maybe get a goal early and go up early. I think it's a good timeout call. Also, too, don't forget it's pretty warm today, and it hasn't been warm for a long time. So when it's freshly warm, newly warm, it can be some work. So we see the turf is in the sun. It's not really hot. It's not cooking, but it's warmer than it's been, and they just played some defense down there. So. For a while. So good idea. Take the break, make an offensive plan, get the defensive rest, and see if we can make something happen right here.
So 7:58 to go in the opening quarter. 78 degrees currently, and we are going to actually get a little warmer according to the weather app on my phone. We're actually going to get up to 80 before we start cooling down.
And again, when the warmth is new, all of a sudden it's warm. It was cold last weekend.
Yes, it was.
I had a fire at home over the weekend. All of a sudden it's warm. That can wear on you a little, maybe.
It was rather cold in Stockton on Friday night.
Yeah,
as
I
well,
bet. It's lacrosse season. I mean, you start in the cold and it is really cold, and then you finish in the heat, and that's just how it is. And reverse of football, for example, start in the heat, finish in the cold, and you just got to put up with it both ways.
Back underway. Broncos. They tried to spin it back to the X position, unable to control. So there's an unforced error for Bella Vista, and we'll get this thing rolling.
Sort of BV's, I think they've had a ride already so far, but let's see how there's a white shirt on every red shirt, and they're really close. So they're leaving the goalie open, standard, normal.
That's a loose ball that the goalie was not able to control. Bella Vista trying to secure this one. And the Broncos should get this.
Look at the matchup. Look at the size matchup there.
There's Lonnie. They're calling the yellow. So take their time to set this one up, but unfortunately, again, pass not handled.
So we go back to the ride. Let's watch the white shirts lock up on red shirts. See how we got white shirts on just about every red shirt. There's a short stick in the middle who's open. I'm sorry, it's a long stick. Ball down.
Max Posehn is the one that's harassing the opponent there. He's able to get by.
Would have liked to seen Posehn just play a pass blocking kind of role there, because remember the clock is ticking on a clear. If you can keep them down at their end, the rest will give you the ball in a little while.
Jesuit has had that opportunity right in front of the net. They're not connecting on the passes right now. If they start connecting, it could turn out to be a long afternoon, because they're getting the players in position.
There's 4 white shirts over there. It means there should be red shirts everywhere.
Here's Martinez, picks up the ball once again. Broncos so setting up on defense. Go ahead.
We can see Jesuit's offensive plan is to often feed the middle, and so BV hasn't seen that as much. They probably don't see it in practice either. So they need to keep their heads on a swivel, which we heard stated a little while ago by the coach, so that they are ready for those cutters.
So far, nobody cutting in right now. There's playing back of the net. Now they have one. This is Samuel Felix, number 14, and Cameron O'Reilly. Back again. Martinez from behind the net. He's looking to drive. Now they work the other side. Good defense by Bella Vista. That's Trent Sheridan, who's having a great year as a defensive long stick for the Broncos. Ashton Gottschalk wound up on the ground there, as he's also having a great year as a freshman.
He's a little bigger than that Jesuit guy, and so Jesuit guy got a good flick in there.
Anderson.
See, there's your cutter. Up, in and out. Another cutter. The guy coming across there, number 7.
Felix. Felix is looking to move. He'll take a shot. Yeah. Scores. Samuel Felix gets a goal. Second consecutive day that he's played.
Now, we mentioned earlier, look, some of the Jesuit guys are really tall and some of them are small. Look at his size. Really small. That's okay. We were saying before, earlier in the season, lacrosse is for every body style. And you saw how quick he was, how great control he had when he got in there and took that shot. So sometimes a guy like that can be hard to play defense against. If you're trying to get lower than him, it's hard to get lower than him.
In fact, it was Felix that scored the first goal of the game yesterday, too. So he's done that in back-to-back days.
You watch college lacrosse on the weekends, and some of the very best attackmen are small guys.
Stetson Seepak on the face-off, and they're going to call him for the hold. He used that football body of his to kind of push the opponent a little bit further back, but rest didn't like that. Here yellow call once again. Very vocal coaching staff there for, actually for both teams, I think. Probably drown each other out at times.
It's a good D there to get his stick on the offensive man's hands. If you can have a stick on your hands, it's hard to control your stick, hard to make a pass, hard to make a shot.
Once again, back behind the net. Work it back out. This is Martinez once again. Decided not to go through the double team.
2-3 is a ball handler.
Anderson, Martinez, and O'Reilly. It's one of those law firms. Right out in front. Oh, once again, they don't connect. The Jesuit controls Hill. Right around, sharp angle shot that's going to go out of bounds. Jesuit, well, actually, they're going to go ahead and give that to Bella Vista.
It should have been red, I think.
That's the angle that I had. It sure looked like
Okay, goalie's covered.
Mason Rhodes there for Jesuit was closer to the ball. Loose ball again. And once again, they control it.
It's a long stick.
Dylan Mercer winds up on the ground. Loose ball again. Trent Sheridan doing everything he can.
That's good defense. They just played body on him, didn't let him make any forward progress. That's excellent.
Again, Sheridan's had a great year defensively. Should be do well. Here's a sweeping shot left side. Martinez. They pulled Lev Elliott to the right because of the action over there, and then Martinez just had an open left side of the net there, and he finds pay dirt. 2-0 Jesuit.
Jesuit coaches were calling yellow. And the guys made that cross crease pass. That cross crease pass like that is something the goalie can intercept, and so that'll help him. Elliott watched some films on this one and see that pass going across there. That was something he could have snagged. You know, you got to be ready. Your mindset is stay in the goal, so it's different behavior to step out of the goal and get that, but that'll help him learn.
And it is great to see Lev's older brother Ace, number 32, back in action. He rejoined the team last week at Rio and was there for St. Mary's as well. Missed the game on Monday, but it is great that he is back. He was actually working out at the goalie position as well, but Lev's played so well, I don't think that they want to take him out.
It's a very important clear here for BV. They've been playing defense forever. And so, let's look and see who's open. We got his friend here, 48 is open. His goalie friend is open. 48 is still open. The two of them should come up together, come up to go to 48. There you go. He can streak upfield, go back to the goalie as well. The goalie's open.
Chuck, send this one to the middle. And
got to fly,
very
got to fly.
Reliable. Max Posehn was able to come up with that one. There's a chance for the Broncos.
It's a good look.
Left side, they were looking for Seepak.
Here's a good time for a 200, a 300. Get it around, spend some time on this end of the field for a while. That was a kind of a distant pass and can be hard to make accurate and hard to catch. Want to make the shorter passes.
Posehn, by the way, 3 goals on Monday night at Christian Brothers.
Watching in warm-ups, Jesuit 21 here didn't seem as fast. Maybe he wasn't working out real hard. Nice stick check, though.
He's got some size, too.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about. Lonnie will loop around himself.
Now he switched people. He should have kept going, I think.
Right out front. Here's Thompson. Thompson tries to get free.
That's a hold,
Thompson
too.
takes a couple of shots.
Yep,
another flag goes down. And now they're gonna whistle that one down while Bella Vista still had possession.
That doesn't seem right. He was driving to the goal.
So a couple of penalties on Jesuit. They're going to go 2 down.
I think it was the same guy. One of them's non-releasable because he did hit him on the head. We heard it.
See if we can pick up the call here. Okay, so that's Samuel Felix, and that looks like James Howell. And again, he mentioned that one of those is non-releasable. So the Broncos in possession, 2-man up. Here's Lonnie.
So, you know, with 2-man up, you don't really want to spend time driving. You should be able to move the ball around until you get the defense out of position and have somebody open. So that's would really be preferable to see that.
Broncos keep possession. There's Thompson. He'll take a shot. And there's a nice save by
now Jesuit is still 2
Broncos.
men down. The BV should be riding the heck out of this. This clear should never happen. Failure.
The goalie didn't get rid of it in time.
He may have stayed in the crease too long.
Oh, okay.
I think the number is 7 seconds to get out of the crease.
So that means possession goes over to Bella Vista.
So
1 minute to go in the first quarter.
BV still has 2 more guys. Now they released the first one for Jesuit, so it's 6 on 5. Standard man up.
Deacon. That one goes wide.
I've got an unofficial about 10 seconds remaining in that remaining penalty.
I want to give you a correction on the starting goalie, Jacoby de Guzman. My apologies. There's a shot. De Guzman knocks that one away. 35 seconds to go. Just a hair under 36. Broncos staying with Jesuit, trailing just by 2. Lonnie.
Decent inside roll.
Jesuit's doing a really good job of clogging the area around the goal where Lonnie usually likes to attack. Thompson,
nice shot.
He scores! Oliver Thompson, top shelf, left side, and the Broncos are on the board.
You could see that was going in when it just right after it left his stick. Great view for us here watching, looking over the shooter's shoulder. And you could just see that it was staying high the whole time, high to high. And you knew that was going in the whole time. Goalie's not as big, and when he's in a ready position, he's down even lower. Good shot.
And considering again that since there are kind of the Jesuit defense is kind of clogging that area where Lonnie likes to drive in and take those close-in shots, a pass and a play like that is going to be very beneficial if Bella Vista can keep doing that.
Exactly.
Here's Felix. It's a little too tall. Gottschalk is right there to come up with it. And the first quarter will come to an end here at Bella Vista High School. Very, very entertaining first quarter of play as the Broncos find themselves trailing 2-1, but it is only 2-1. The score against Sarah by this point yesterday for Jesuit was a lot more than 2-1.
Well, that's pretty darn good for BV, really, for as much offense time as this quarter has had for Jesuit. For them to only come up with 2. You saw they possess the ball, and they're very patient. Jesuit is on their offense, very patient, and they possess it well. But the number of actual threats created were not that high. Those feeds to the inside there, most of those were missed, and not a lot of drivers from the outside. So BV, if they can manage the Jesuit offense, they ought to be able to stay in the game.
Something you can learn from, I think, when you play these elite schools and these teams that win a lot of their games and play these other top-level teams from far away, the importance of patience. Because I think one of the things that we've seen with Bella Vista, both varsity and JV at times, is impatience. And that actually might have been part of what hurt the varsity the other night at St. Mary's, is maybe not, your term is valuing the possession. And I've heard the coaches say that as well. Sometimes you just got to take your time.
Exactly. It's fine when you're on offense and you take the time to build the shots you want. And the fact is, being on defense is not necessarily a bad thing. You know, in lacrosse, it's okay to be on defense if we're managing the offense. Like football, we're okay with punting and being on defense because our defense is good and we trust our defense and we can manage their offense. So being on defense is not necessarily have to be frantic and afraid and freaked out. You need to play urgently. But if you can manage their offense, it's okay to be on defense. So if Jesuit is patient on their offense but not making threats, we're managing them. We've got to make sure they can continue to do that.
Stetson Seepak will take the face-off against James Howell. as we get the second 12 minutes underway here at Bella Vista High School. Tell you what, Steepak definitely uses those football skills to fight for those possessions. Here's a shot that goes wide for Jesuit. Marauders will maintain possession here. Tucker is going to come back on. That's that tall number 11 jogging onto the field to the right side. Bassett.
We're getting to a part of the day where passes that go from the bench side of the field over to the far side of the field, if they're kind of high, they're going to be in the sun. You see the shadow on the field, and you see the player shadows on the field, and if the pass comes from the shadow, he's looking into the sun to catch it. All the guys are.
There's a nice job by Thomas Lonnie to just kind of shield out the defender from Jesuit, because he knew that ball was going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, that's just playing ball. Doesn't matter what the game is, right? Just play ball to keep the guy from getting in there.
Broncos. This is Deacon.
Nice move.
Deacon with a shot. Save by de Guzman. That's a nice save.
No call. Yep, no call. Good time to settle this. Nobody behind. All the white shirts were in the same place.
Broncos will reset the offense. Here's Thompson. Scored a moment ago, and that one goes wide. Posehn secures the possession for Bella Vista.
That was a good take.
Lonnie, he's yet to really get going here. They're doing a good job defensively on him.
Lefty sweeper. There it is. There
Double
it is.
Screen.
There it is.
Here's Thompson.
Yes,
He'll take a shot, and he scores again. Oliver Thompson has tied this one up.
Defensive breakdown by Jesuit there. They should not have let that happen. It was, took a while to set up. It was kind of obvious what was going on, and they just made a mistake. We're getting a timeout here, and it's probably red.
So just a minute and a half in, the Broncos have brought this one back to a tie. Give them a lot of credit. I remember going to the games at Jesuit last year on St. Patrick's Day, and Bella Vista was not competitive in either one of them. And so it is really good to see them, and obviously we don't know what's going to happen for the rest of this game, but it is really good to see them playing hard and staying with this really good team.
And they are. Like I said, they're managing the Jesuit offense. Jesuit offense, were they maybe in the whole course of this game, are they a little more sophisticated in what they run, and will that prove to be the winner? Who knows? But BV's managing the Jesuit offense, and that play right there, nice, very, very nice. And you can't for BV's offense, you can't count on a defensive breakdown all the time, but still a quality move. And again, BV used a left-hander to sweep to the left. That's not typical. You don't have as many left-handers. But I'd run it again.
Stetson Seepak will take the face-off again, this time against Jacob Bradshaw. 10:30 to go in the second quarter. Broncos and the Marauders. Jesuit wins the face-off once again. Marauders will set the offense. A similar color scheme for the two schools, although Jesuit has yellow as well as the red. They sport the red helmets as well. Bassett.
Shot.
And he scores.
Also a lefty. Back-to-back left-hander goals.
Jace Bassett finds the back of the net for the second consecutive day, and Jesuit now winds up back on front.
We should expect to see that from him again. He's pretty good. He's got a good stick skills. He's pretty fleet, pretty quick. So that's good offense. You would want to run that again. So BV's going to have to expect that. That guy's got that ball over there. Of course, was that a right-handed shot? I'll have to watch the film. Sorry, he took it from a side where you would normally shoot right-handed. But when he's got the ball, he's a dodger. He's a shooter.
Well, you mentioned we should see that. We should expect to see that again. Zach Glenn, of course, is the head coach for the JV squad. Dan Posehn is down there as an assistant for this game. You know that if you're saying that, and if you're expecting all of us watching at home to look for that again, that they're going to be looking for it as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully that means adjustments by Bella Vista to try and make sure that that doesn't happen again. Some good movement there by Charlie DeMello, but Bella Vista equal to the task. They force the turnover, and here come the Broncos.
Look at the big guy go. Gotta love that. He caused the turnover, got the ground ball, made the clear.
Out front,
Boom.
Joe Reynolds! He ties it up for Bella Vista.
Who's the long stick that did the clear? What's his name?
Can't
see his number here.
If it's either 48 Gottschalk or 29.
Top side right here.
Yeah, 48 is Ashton Gottschalk.
He's the one that got
48.
that goal. He's the one that got that goal. Or no, it's the 19.
Oh, 19, that would be Trent Sheridan.
He's the one that got that goal.
And Sheridan, we've been talking about him. He's had just an incredible year. He'll do that. He got an assist, I think it was against St. Mary's, on a long run, and then he just found the right time to dump the pass off and get the goal.
Takeaway, ground ball, clear with real wheels at his size. You see the one-handed cradle he was doing up the sideline, dished it off, didn't get the assist, but great pass. And then we got a great assist to the guy who was in the right place. That's great lacrosse play.
Jesuit wins another face-off. They are dominating the face-offs right now as far as the winning of them. Bella Vista's tough on those, but they're just not getting it. Oh, that one went off the piping.
Stepped in a crease, red.
And then a crease violation, so possession will be going back over to the Broncos. 8:47 to go. Very entertaining game.
The yard sale at Lonnie's house.
But no sale made. He gets the stick back.
Good defense.
That was some great defense. That might have been Sheridan again.
Called that a hold.
That wasn't Sheridan. That was actually Gottschalk.
But BB's sliding at the right time. They're intersecting the ball at the receiver at the same time. It's good it takes good anticipation. It's good execution, and it's making Jesuit drop the ball. You know, Coach Glenn was a defenseman when he played here at BV, so I'm sure there's plenty of focus there. Team captain, as a matter of fact.
Here's Bassett. He's got one of the 3 goals for
he's a shooter.
Jesuit. He'll try another one. He's got 2 of the 4 goals for Jesuit.
You see how quick he is. He lingered.
Very much so.
Yeah, he lingered for a second with the stick in his right, crossed over to his left, which appears natural for him. 2 or 3 steps, and then a zippy shot offside the goalie's stick. That's good awareness to where he should shoot. He was quick to execute it. And so again, BV's got to watch that guy. He takes that step. You know he's going left. He takes that step. You got to expect the shot. You got to get a stick on his hands and a body in his chest.
Max Posehn's going to take the face-off this time for Bella Vista. I want to remind you, hope you're enjoying the game here, but we got more to come. The varsity game between these 2 schools. I know that the varsity team has been, I think they've had this one circled on their calendar since March 17th of last year.
So BV's got a guy coming in from the box here, and he's going to be open. 13 should call for the ball, call for the ball, call for the ball, call for the ball.
Frankie Pellegrini got his first goal of the season against St. Mary's. This is Aaron Bryan.
Just needs to run away from there. Just needs to run away.
He gets
speed.
Free.
He lingered too long. He was too close to the red shirt for too long.
Thompson will wind his way back out here.
That defenseman's really far out. Put a move on him. Take off. That's a moving screen.
Pellegrini sets the screen, and didn't set himself first. I guess he didn't really set the screen.
Look at the wheels on this guy. Smooth.
Oh, he thought about it. That's Felix. Jesuit moves very well without the ball. Cameron O'Reilly is in, number 7. It's right off the bench and then fields it. This is Tucker. Deflection there by Gottschalk.
Jesuit man on the crease is open. Far side, 5.
Angle,
Boom.
and a shot and a score. You called it. Number 5 is Noah Martinez.
So you leave a guy open like that, and you're just, what are you're going to expect trouble.
That's his second goal of the game.
Again, we mentioned head on a swivel. Defense, you got to look around. Where are they? And you got to know it all the time. And your head should be. The phrase is, one eye on the ball, one eye on your man. You can't have your eyes going two different directions, but you got to be turning your head. Where's the ball? Where's my man? Where's the ball? Where's my man? Where's the ball? Where's my man? And if you don't look and find your man, you're going to pay.
Broncos have already come back from a 2-goal deficit to tie the game in this contest.
Important possession here for BV. Down by 3. Been playing a little more offense this quarter than last. This is really far away.
Lonnie. That one's deflected away. Still loose.
Just run away.
And this is Lonnie.
It's his right hand, which he's not comfortable with.
6 goals on Monday against Christian Brothers. In fact, Lonnie is 30 goals on the season to lead the JV squad.
And he missed a few games, at least a few.
Yeah, he missed the first 3.
White ball.
Defense there. Looks like that was Avery Deacon that forced that turnover.
So again, still the same important possession for BV. Down by 2. Be really important to snag one here with a quality shot that they took the time to build.
5.5 to go in the second. Don't need to rush. Posehn will work the X.
Here's a pick.
This is Deacon.
That's a good decision. He looked like he was wanted to shoot. He took it out.
Out front, Joe Reynolds.
Yes,
he scores again.
See, he was from about 8 yards away. BB often doesn't shoot from right there and often doesn't feed from right there, but look what happens when you do. Jesuit has done something similar already, and that's fantastic. You get a good look like that. He virtually had time and room. There's no red shirts harassing him. He's looking right, and he was dead center on the goal pretty much. Looking right at it, you can see lots of open space on the goal when you got that view.
Second goal of the game for Joe Reynolds.
Yep.
He and Thompson both have 2. Bassett and Martinez, Noah Martinez, both have 2 for Jesuit. Broncos could use a face-off win here. And another possession, just like that one. Just continuing to struggle on the face-offs. Varsity team against St. Mary's was 3 of 17 on face-offs on Friday.
Yeah, watch the video on that, and it went white really often.
Yeah. Including that stretch, that 50-second stretch late in the first half, where the same person scored 3
He went over. Red
goals.
went over. Red went over.
And that's where the game turned. We will see St. Mary's a week from tonight in the final home game of the year for the Broncos. JV and varsity 5:30 and 7:30. In the meantime, Friday night against Rio is senior night. So you don't want to miss that either, where the graduating seniors will be honored prior to the varsity game. Flag is down and immediate whistle. This may go against Jesuit.
Technical foul. I'm not sure what it was. We'll see. We'll get the ref will make the call right here at the table.
And unfortunately, our field mic is picking up way too much other stuff. We didn't hear what he said.
It's a vociferous night. Afternoon, evening.
That's where the referee really needs to speak loud. He's probably not even aware that we have the microphone down there. So
BB's late getting their man up on here. It's only a 30-second penalty, so fortuitous.
Deacon He'll take a shot. That one goes wide. Bella Vista will keep it.
About 15 left in the 30-second penalty.
Thought I heard somebody say timeout, and that's exactly what we've got going here. With 4:01 to go, it's a timeout Broncos, and Coach Glenn's going to have everybody come on over and talk this one through. Broncos down by 1, 4:01 to go. Broncos equal to the task so far tonight.
Yeah, here they are down by 1. They're man up. It's only about 10 seconds left, but they're man up most of the way through the quarter here. If they could sting one right here, there they are tied. And we've got to feel really good about it. So good call to call the timeout. Like I said, only about 10 seconds left in the penalty, so they're going to need to move quickly, but they have an advantage. So stop the clock, stop the game, make a plan, and make use of your advantage.
And this is a great opportunity, as you mentioned. With the 10 seconds to go on the penalty, you're down 1. You're playing one of your best games of the year so far against a really good team. This is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And 10 seconds, it doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it could be.
It's plenty.
And you're going to be right there. You're going to be right there in the attack zone when the possession starts.
Yeah, count in your head 10, and it's kind of a while. Is that several passes?
It could be
4 more passes.
It could be, yeah.
And so maybe a fifth. Again, the ball has to be going in the goal before the whistle, before the horn sounds. So it's several passes. It's plenty of time. When you've got an extra guy, it's different if this were 6-on-6. But if you're extra man, it's plenty of time. You just got to execute, which means crisp passes, all passes good, all catches good, everybody in the right place. Boom, boom, boom. So he's a ways out. He's going to take a second to come down to the 20-yard line, which will put him, in the formation. BB's got a man near the crease. They don't typically. He's got to have his stick up. He's not a threat. Clock's ticking.
This is Thompson, works off the screen from Deacon.
Ball down.
Ball is loose.
Almost
That's
no
not
time.
how they drew it up, that's for sure. 3:49 to go. Bassett is on the move. Here's Martinez, 2 goals already. He's got an opportunity. He scores again.
It was a man down goal. There's only 5 red shirts down there.
Looks like he also met with Trent Sheridan right after he took that shot.
Jesuit coach kind of a gesture into the ref, but I think the no call was correct.
I think that Sheridan was probably committed before he finished the shot.
Yeah, I mean, lacrosse is a rough game, and there are legal ways to hit, there are illegal ways to hit, and so you got to measure the hits that happen and make sure they're legal. Call the illegal ones with a penalty, and the legal ones are okay, and some of them, a lot of them are.
So 3:41 to go.
White moved a little.
No call. And Jesuit wins another one. Lonnie, a midfielder, drops back and forced a pass there rather than a shot. The Marauders will work it behind the net. Up by 2 as we approach 3 minutes to go.
Feed the inside.
Right out in front.
Defense.
Loose ball.
Took it away. Four red shirts right there.
Movement. Leo Hansen, number 43 for Bella Vista, is right in there trying to
go to the corner,
do his thing, and he's actually the one that comes up with it. He slips, but the Broncos have it. This is Sheridan on the long stick. He's met up by 3 defenders. Ball comes loose. Sheridan was actually looking to make the pass, and unfortunately, a collision with their collision between teammates. But Lev Elliott is right there to pick up the ball.
See the sun?
Yeah.
He couldn't see it.
And Gottschalk is very frustrated. You could tell the way he slammed the stick into the ground after not being able to control that pass. Here's Felix. Felix, he's going to launch one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's heartbreaking for Lev Elliott because he got a foot on it. He took a swing at it with his stick, and it winds up in the back of the net.
So on that pass we mentioned earlier, you can see where the shadows are. So those passes are going to be, the receiver's going to be looking into the sun, and maybe you just can't pass it that way for the next 30 minutes or so. That pass is now just sort of, if it's high, it's just taken away. A zippy, crisp shot that's going to, trajectory is flat, maybe that's okay. But if it's high, nothing but sun in your eyes.
Second of the game for Felix, 7-4 for Jesuit. That's their biggest lead of the night so far, with 2:18 to go before halftime. For Bella Vista, no more goals allowed between now and halftime. That would be a huge help for them heading into the second half, even if they don't score. Enter the second half trailing by no more than 3. Chance to regroup at halftime and see what the final 24 minutes actually have. Looks like a mouth guard came out.
Yeah, you gotta have it. It's a penalty if you're not wearing it. So it's fine to just get the kid protected. It's clearly red ball. Let him keep it.
That's well beyond the old 10-second rule.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's got the little BBs on it and stuff because it was gooey when it came out, and it hits that field all full of those little black BBs for correct traction.
Lev Elliott pounce on that one.
Of course, is that any worse than the dirt it would get if this were a grass field?
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, probably.
Size mismatch here.
Standbach.
Go ahead, wheels.
And Seapock doing a great job with the proper screen there, and that freed up Standbach to move over to his right. So the Broncos will have a chance to set this one up. Seapock will come off, and Thompson will come on for Bella Vista, and they will wait for him to get on here. Thompson with a couple tonight. Hossein is behind the net. Here's Standbach. He'll take one. And that's a save by de Guzman.
Got to get a little more body into that shot. That big body can put more. There you go. Bottom hand. That big body on the shooter can put more shot on that. Put more.
That's
more
a nice grab by Bassett.
That's a shot.
And he thought about it. And nice defense at the last minute by Pellegrini to deny him the shot opportunity. Here's Felix. He's got 2. He thought about one right there. Bassett, he's got 3. Nice save by Lev Elliott.
I think that was pipe. If it bounces out that hard, that far.
That's pipe?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's his best. That's Lev Elliott's best friend.
Bet.
That we'll give credit to the save for. Hossein.
There's a shot. Driving.
Pellegrini. And that's a nice interception. Nathaniel Kabidi. Kabidi is a sophomore for the Marauders. Long stick. And the siren sounds, ending the first half, so at least an accomplishment there after the most recent Jesuit goal. Bella Vista will enter the locker room trailing, well, not really the locker room, but the halftime break, trailing in this one by just 3. And so a chance to regroup, and the second half could bring more excitement. Very entertaining game so far.
Yep, among the better games that BB has played all year, and against a good team. So great to see that they're doing that. They had it just near the end of that second quarter, down just 1 goal, and man up. They had an advantage, and then Jesuit's good, and so they broke that man up and then have scored a couple since. So BB's going to have their hands full in the second half, but they should feel good. And then what they've shown themselves is they can score on this team, and they can manage the Jesuit offense too. So more of that in the second half, and maybe it goes the other way.
What a difference a year and a month makes, because last year they couldn't compete with Jesuit, losing the game 16-5. They were down big early, and now here they're staying with them, and pretty much every step of the way. They're down 3, but they're staying with them.
Yeah, and they, BB's handling the ball well, moving the ball well, and like I said, managing their offense, playing some decent defense. Not a bad place.
As we look at and note that the year is coming to an end, some things to look for. Should Bella Vista either get a section playoff berth or play in a a postseason kind of consolation tournament like they did last year, which varsity JV players might get called up to join the varsity squad. Usually maybe about 2 or 3 of them could for that. And, obviously Lonnie is one to think about. But, Oliver Thompson, Joseph Reynolds are playing well. Trent Sheridan on defense. Just absolutely great year defensively. And, he's in position, obviously, to be he's a sophomore, but he's definitely in position to be on the varsity next year. And very well defensively.
Yeah, and so those are guys that you could easily call up for the postseason. They may or may not get any postseason minutes, but they can practice with the varsity in that postseason period, and credibly, they can practice credibly with the varsity. They could fit in. So and great to do that. Give those guys some extra time. Get them that much ready for next year. So it'd be great if BV could get a bid for postseason and bring some guys up for that.
And then after all that's done, I was talking with Coach Zach Glenn before the game today, and he brought up the annual Oak Stick Classic, the boys versus the girls, which will happen, I believe, probably the second week of May. That's what they did last year. I don't have the date for it. I forgot to ask him, actually. But we'll verify that, because we're going to stream that one too. That was a lot of fun last year to be part of that.
Those always are. And looking at Jesuit schedule, they're playing St. Francis last game of the season too, so the all-girls school.
Well, actually, that's a different St. Francis.
My mistake then. They should play the girls' school.
And who knows? Maybe they will. Yeah. Maybe they will. I mean, I think it's a great.
I just assumed.
It's a way to introduce a different style of lacrosse to the boys, really.
And I may have asked before, did the guys and girls switch sticks?
Actually, they play under the girls' rules, so the guys have to adapt to the girls' stick.
And then what I've seen before too is that they switch sticks. The girls' sticks have no pocket, so it's the cradle is completely different, and so it's an evener. The boys are bigger, faster, stronger, that kind of stuff. Doesn't mean they're a better lacrosse team.
The girls have won like 7 in a row.
Yeah, I started playing lacrosse in my college when they started a men's team, and we played the women's team. The women's team was number 6 in the nation. And so, playing against them, I think we got schooled a little bit. I know I did. I laid a stick back to take a shot, and I was in too close. There were too many people around, and got balls checked away by the girls. Well, of course it did. I did the wrong thing, and they knew what to do. So it is a great time to play that, and use the different rules. And if you like I said, if you switch sticks, guys think they can do anything, but when playing with a girl's stick, they'll be running down the field trying to cradle, and they can't. They lose the ball.
Well, I know that my son, Nick Tharelson, was complaining about having to learn how to play with that, and I think that was kind of a common thing, because it is different from what they use. But that game last year came down to the wire, and there were a couple of things that happened. One of which is they blow the whistle on a foul. You keep going in girls play, and the girls were able to score a goal off of that, and the boys were expecting play to stop. And then they have the free shots from the 8-meter and the 12-meter zone, and Nick actually had 2 of those. He scored on one of them, but the second one, I think, because of the stick, as he wound up, the ball came out the back.
Yes.
When he took that second shot, and he didn't get, and that would have tied the game.
Yeah.
So so very entertaining. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a great way to close out the season. We'll just let you know what our plans are. We've got Bella Vista and Jesuit varsity at 7:30 tonight, so we'll be here on YouTube for that. And then Friday, senior night against Rio. The varsity with a tight but good win over Rio last Wednesday. And the JV, they went 3 overtimes. Normally JV doesn't play overtime, but because they were the second game, I think they just decided to let them go.
That's great.
And I thought it was great too.
Yeah.
Triple overtime before Rio scored the game-winning goal, and so, but that's a major improvement as well for this JV team, because they were practically non-competitive against Rio in the season opener, and now here at their place they took them to triple overtime.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
and again, we see progression by both the varsity and the JV, but see progression throughout the year, and it's so great to see the difference that happens in what is kind of a short time. Here it was mid-April, so we had all of March and we had a lot of February, but that's all. And 2 weeks of that were school vacations. So that is not very many weeks, and so what you see then is the growth that happens And of course, also points out, boy, what if they could start even weeks before that? How good would the whole season be if they could start? But they don't.
So Friday night against Rio, we'll have the JV at 5:30 and the varsity at 7:30. And then next week we have the girls' regular season home finale against Christian Brothers on Tuesday, April 23rd. Again, 5:30 and 7 for the girls, and in between the senior night activities for the and again I should say the regular season home finale for the girls team on Tuesday the 23rd, and then on Wednesday the 24th the rematch of St. Mary's, the home finale for the boys team. We'll have that 5:30 and 7:30, and then the regular season finale in Loomis against Del Oro. Del Oro, I believe, will stream that on NFHS, so you can watch it that way, or head out to Loomis and their facility. It's a nice facility that they have there, nice. And it should be a nice night too, unlike last year where it was really cold because it was earlier in the season. But that will wrap up the season on the 26th, and then we find out what all is going to happen in terms of the varsity's postseason opportunities. So we'll see what rolls with that. And as we take a look at what's happening on the field, the varsity players right now are some of them are out there doing a little bit of warm-up. The JV players are back on the bench, and we are going to get this second half of action underway here at Bella Vista, again on a practically perfect night for lacrosse here at Bella Vista High School.
It is beautiful. We got a view of the snow-capped mountains over there on the horizon. Still have the sun issue for the passes that are going from this bench side to the far side. So the sun is dropping a little. May not be quite as bad, but it's a thing, and players just got to pay attention to that. It's is that a layer that's a little further along than run away from the bad guy who's hitting me with a stick and try and find an open guy and make the pass well and catch it when you're in trouble and that kind of stuff. Factoring in the sun is well beyond all of that, but it's another thing to learn because it's going to happen the rest of your playing days.
Bella Vista defended the goal to our right and on the right of your screen in the second quarter, so it should be the Marauders that are looking into the sun for this next quarter. And Lev Elliott is moving to the left, so that is definitely the case, and so we will get this one. So I think maybe Jesuit might have the short end of the stick with the sun here in the third quarter. Might be an opportunity for Bella Vista to take advantage of.
Well, mostly the sun is going to be the issues of passes going across the field, but yes, that goalie on the left side is going to have a little more sun in his eyes than the. Oh, that'll be BV.
Oh, okay. So it'll be the left side goalie.
But that's less. You looking out from the goal, out in front of you. The sun's going across that, so shouldn't be too bad. But again, both sides will have that sun issue for a little while.
All right, time to face it off. Third quarter to get underway. Again, Jesuit has had the. Oh, Bella Vista wins this one.
It's a fast
nice
break.
job by Max Posehn.
Right down on the right. That's the guy. That's the
right
guy.
out in front. Seepak. Save to Guzman.
It's a good save.
That's point blank range for Stetson Seepak. And a good look from Max Posehn.
It's a good pass there, too.
Bradshaw.
It's a good catch. It's a shot, I bet.
And this is Braden Beard.
Nice ball movement.
And good defense there by the Broncos. Mason Anderson closed off a shot.
Take that.
And some substituting on both sides right now. And Jesuit will spin this one back behind the net and allow for player to get on, Alexander Baltazar. Tucker having a little trouble controlling that, but there was no defender near, so he was easily able to pick it up.
Ball down.
Elliott trying to come up with that one. He does.
Nice.
And finds an open Thompson.
Good outlet.
Takes a hit from Felix, and he's still on the move. Felix tries to take a couple of swipes at him. About the fourth swipe, the ball comes loose. Tucker on the move. Long strides.
Nice defense.
That's a great job once again.
Just shuts that
by
down.
Trent Sheridan once again.
Makes 2-3 think a little bit too.
Yeah, I don't know how many people want to meet up with Trent Sheridan on a lacrosse field.
Yeah, and again, hitting lacrosse is a rough sport, and hitting is legal, and that was a completely legal hit, and put the offense guy on the ground, and you do that often, and the offense guys start changing how they play their game.
Anderson. Aaron Bryan forces the ball loose for Bella Vista. Jesuit will move it around again. Loose ball. Felix didn't know where it was for a while. Going out to the sideline. Oof. Deacon takes a shot there. It's going to stay with Jesuit.
Good ground ball play, 14 Jesuit. He doesn't care, he's not as big as anybody else.
And that one is going to go over to Bella Vista.
That's interference. It's goalie interference, he was in the crease.
Mason Anderson.
He's got his friend across. Nice.
And he's open. That's a great look.
Maybe want to get rid of it. That's the guy. Oh, yeah.
He just couldn't connect.
Good ball handling there. I'd like to see the BV guys play on the front side of that Jesuit player there.
Deacon comes up with it.
He's got to fly, just faster. Got to run faster. Run faster. So he's hanging around the red shirts, and that's a problem.
And he tries to get through two of them, and he does.
Did it well.
Deacon is looking. He's got help. I think he held on to that too long.
Yep.
Tucker has it again. That one's loose. Broncos are going to secure it once again.
Good time to pull it out. They've kind of run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Had some guys try and fight through traffic. Let's just hold the ball for just a little bit. Swing it around.
Good time for a 200. Broncos are switching up.
And coming this direction. Pass the ball this direction. Not from the side, this sideline, the near side sideline, the bench sideline. Don't pass it to the far sideline. Bring the ball the other direction. This way. Yep. They're not as used to it. There you go.
There's a shot. Save to Guzman.
High to high shots. The placement on that, it's a little bit easier to save. Bounce shot there would have been better. 7 BV's not running at full strength.
Interception. Thomas Lonnie plays free safety for the football team, as a matter of fact. Hopefully we'll be saying that in the fall a lot too. There is an opportunity and a shot. Looks like the stick was contacted as the shot was taken, and so that's why the ball fluttered away.
Yeah, 7 BV coming out. He's limping.
And de Guzman, the goalie, is the one that secured possession for Jesuit as he sprinted toward the end line. So Stetson Seepak will come out and have a seat on the bench. Jesuit turns it over. Nathan Kabidi, the sophomore, who is tall and plays with the long stick, all of that, still couldn't secure the possession there on that pass. Lacrosse can be a humbling sport sometimes too.
He's got to go. Yeah, he's got to go way back. He's got to go back to his own 40-yard line. 40 or 35. Yeah, see 2-4 red telling him where he's got to be. So BV's got 5 white shirts here on this side of the field, but Jesuit's only got 4. And we have the ball
on the sideline there. Oliver Thompson loses possession.
We kept the ball where there was 2 red shirts, but BV had extra guys.
Mason Anderson with a shove.
Deep.
And they dispossess the ball. Broncos come up with it. Defense really good tonight for Bella Vista.
Back on the inside is not where to go. There's 2 red shirts.
Mason Anderson, he's looking for some help here.
Better to just take that to the corner.
The ball is still loose. Broncos trying to secure it. There's 2 Broncos there. Bella Vista comes up with it. Aaron Bryan is now onto the field.
Pass that to 3-3. There you go. You had no red
and he
shirt.
takes the pass. Lonnie's out front. Hossein at the X. 6:08 to go, third quarter. Scoreless third quarter so far. Reynolds.
If he drives that way, he's going to run into a double.
There's Lonnie. Lonnie trying to bring himself around. Lost the ball. He was getting ready to wind up there. Still loose. Now we're going to get a whistle, and it's going to stay with Bella Vista.
BV short stick there just put himself into trouble. He got himself close to the sideline where he eliminated his extra room. He just needs to run away from that guy at speed.
And Brian. There's Lonnie. Lonnie out front. He's going to try one from distance. That goes wide. It'll stay with Bella Vista. Still 3-goal lead for Jesuit. Going to be able to scoop that one up. Everett Stanbach is there, but finally Bassett is able to come up with it.
It's not this game, but you watch what appear to be the Jesuit coaches throwing the ball here on the track. And look at the stick handling ability those guys have. And watch the goalie being warmed up over here, too. Can't see it on the screen. That's just for us here.
Maybe during a timeout, if they're still at it, well, we can pick that up.
The goalie, they're warming up there. They're working on quick hands. And again, the stick handling of the Jesuit coaches is pretty slick. Oh, he dropped one.
Here's Tucker. Tucker out front. He's going to wind up, and he scores. First goal of the third quarter.
That was trouble. He was unharassed. He was at 10 yards, square in front of the goal. Pretty easy shot, pretty easy goal. I mean, he kind of beat his guy on the first step, and you have to expect that that ball handler there's going to go to his right, and so as soon as he flinches that direction, you have to expect that's where he's going.
3:56 to go, third quarter. Jesuit increases the lead now by 4. Still anybody's game. The Broncos haven't really been getting. They've had extended possessions. They haven't really been getting a lot of good looks, though. The ball is still loose. On the face-off, we're going to get a...
That's illegal procedure.
And this is going to go to Jesuit.
So with Jesuit's patient offense, they can eat a lot of clock while possessing the ball here, and it doesn't bode well for BV. There, that one's out of bounds. We need that.
I'll go back over to Bella Vista. I think the term that you use often, value the possession.
Absolutely. I mean, here's a clear opportunity. So what we want to look for is the open guy. And so far away here, we've got a long stick on the 25-yard line. He has no red shirt. Neither does the other long stick behind him. But we passed it to a guy that did have a red shirt. And now it's a red ball. So you can build a clear. You got a long time. You found the right guy. Nice job.
Cross field pass, I should say, from Kabidi. O'Reilly with it now. And there's Felix taking a shot, ushered wide by Lev Elliott. Jesuit to retain possession.
Nice check.
And that ball comes loose.
He set him up for that. Nice job.
Yeah, that was Trent Sheridan again.
Talking about bringing a guy up to varsity.
Yep. I think that
let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let that thing roll.
There you go.
Finally, it hit the cone before going out. Reminds me of, this was decades ago. Lenny Randall of the Seattle Mariners playing third base in a bunt that he wanted to go foul, and he gets down on the ground. He's blowing at the ball to push it foul. It did go foul, but they wouldn't. They called it a base hit because you can't do that.
So really far away. Really far away.
Bouncing shot. Broncos still have it.
Nice.
That's Deacon.
That was a good take. You see how you...
that goes out of bounds. Reynolds was the one that had the position, so Bella Vista keeps it.
Yeah, that last shot, he had to sort of switch his hands. Boy, I don't even know how you call that shot. The goalie was out. It was the only way to take that shot with the little angle he had.
Deacon was in the right place at the right time on that shot from Lonnie to where he was able to snag that. Try to get himself in position. The Broncos down 4, 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go, third quarter.
Let's get the BB 3-3 with his stick up by his ear. He's got his stick at his hip, and he's just not a threat.
Thompson gets free.
Good defense.
That's Felix doing things on both ends of the field here for Jesuit. Really solid player for the Marauders. We know that we're going to see him very likely at the varsity level, probably next year, as he will be a junior.
Illegal screen on Jesuit there, going white. He's got him. Oh, good help. He's got him.
Winding up. Score! That looks like Avery Deacon gets that one, I believe. That is a nice move and a goal for Bella Vista. Needed it very much.
Yeah, he soaked that first body check and just absorbed it and then kept going. Got himself open, got himself close. Good sharp shot, too. Watch that. He does again. Boom. Yep.
Face off.
Gotta have that.
That was a win on the face-off for the Broncos.
Nice. No flag, yes, sir. Don't want to see a guy get hurt, but
ultimately the Broncos win possession of the face-off, and there is an injured player for Jesuit on that big collision there.
Yeah, don't want to see a guy get hurt, but want to see that quality that correct hits are not flagged. Jesuit coach not really liking it, but I didn't see anything illegal. Again, films always help. A lot of times I've said, oh, that call shouldn't have been made. Then you watch the films and you realize, yeah, could have been. So again, we'll watch this one to be sure, but no call here. I think he'll end up being okay. Yeah, yes, he got hit and smacked out. It may come down to how hard he hit the ground.
Well, it looks like he's going to be getting up here in just a second. That is Braden Beard, the freshman.
We mentioned some of the Jesuit guys are real tall and some of the guys are real small. He's one of the smaller ones, and so yeah, he took the worst end of that intersection right there.
But as you mentioned, that's the great thing about lacrosse, is you can have the big tall guys and the big beefy guys, and you can have the small guys and the quick guys all together forming a team.
Yep.
3-goal lead for Jesuit. Posehn, Stanbach. This is Lonnie looking for his first, and he's got it.
You see him linger for just a split second, trying to find a spot for that. The goalie moved a little, I think, and then he put it where the goalie was not. And good shot upstairs.
So Thomas Lonnie first. That's probably his best look of the game too. Tonight, that's his first goal of the game, 31st of the season for Thomas Lonnie, and that leads the team. 1:11 to go, third quarter. Broncos have closed the gap to 2.
Jesuit 10 Beard, who got put on the carpet there, is getting looked at by an adult, and he looks like he's passing the tests from here. Just a minute left in the quarter, so BB's going to really important to keep a goal from happening here. Jesuit obviously going to take their time. They're both going to sub. BB's late on the sub.
They can enter the fourth quarter with just a 2-goal deficit and set us up for a possible memorable fourth quarter.
It was one the lefty.
That's Bassett.
He's got it in his left hand now. Made a left-handed pass. He's in a spot for a left-hand drive.
Loose ball.
Good D.
D, lots of contact.
Loose ball push going white.
Going to go to Bella Vista. Credit Ashton Gottschalk.
30 seconds. It's okay to go to the corner.
For helping force that, but did he step out of bounds? I think he did. Yep.
They better hurry back. This restart should happen. Oh, now there's a flag. Is that a mouth?
What's the flag for?
30-second illegal screen. Interference. So we got 30 seconds on the penalty and 24 in the quarter. Expect Jesuit to just treat this like, to take the shot now. Nothing to wait for.
So penalty on Trent Sheridan. He's going to serve the 30 seconds. Hopefully, from a Bella Vista standpoint, he serves all 30 seconds.
Jesuit coaches, it looks like they just want to hold it and maybe just get the maybe there's no face at the next quarter.
Well, there wouldn't be because of the penalty.
Yeah,
there's going to be like about a 6-second difference, but there you go. Jesuit will begin play in the fourth quarter with the possession, and it's a 2-goal lead for.
I might have rather gone 25 seconds man up and take advantage of the man up. Now that if there's no face, though, Jesuit will start with the quarter with 5 seconds of man up. Then BB releases their guy. It's going to take him maybe 3 seconds to get into the defensive formation, so you have 8 seconds of man up. But you're trading. The risk reward. I might have taken the 25 seconds and run a man up.
Especially it's a 2-goal game. This is a much different story. Bella Vista putting up quite a fight. Compared to the JV game that Jesuit played yesterday at home against the 11-0 Serra Padres. They won that game. Jesuit did 9-4, and they had a pretty decent lead well into the fourth quarter as well. It's not something that they ran away with late. They built a big lead and held on and held that lead. So the Broncos are.
Plenty of spirit coming out of them.
Very, very proud of their effort tonight. And of course, you can say there's no moral victories because losses count as losses in the standings and everything like that. But for a team that really is still kind of in its building stages right now, this is a baby step. We talked about baby steps earlier this year. This is and then maybe this is a toddler step. I don't know. This is a big boy step.
Well, you want to get better than you are every time. And so, you go out and play the game and you see what happens and see who gets the most goals, but you want to get better than you are. And BB's doing that. They're getting better than they have been. You got to feel good about that.
So Jesuit will begin with possession. There's about 6 seconds left on the penalty. So Thompson actually replaced Sheridan in the penalty box, and he sprints back onto the field now.
So, at about 9 seconds elapsed, he got in the formation.
Here is a swinging shot.
Save.
Nice save by Leif Elliott.
All right, got plenty of time on this clear. Plenty of time. No one's covered him. Got time. Oh, he had the long stick over there. Guy coming in from the box right here.
Looking for his opportunity.
Waited too long.
And that one's a little too tall, and now Elliott has to sprint back to the net. He needs some help right now. This is Felix. Felix is going to wind up. Yep. Save, Lev Elliott. My goodness. Thompson, ball is jarred loose. The flag comes down.
He's going to call that a cross check. I don't know. Oh,
and non-releasable too.
I don't know. Did it hit his head? A lot of times you play defense with your hands apart, and you make contact with the other player with your hands apart, and that's not necessarily a penalty. I don't know that he struck the BV player with his hands apart in a cross check. But that's the call. That's what we got to play. 1 minute, no release.
Broncos with possession.
Guy behind is open. Guy behind, you got to cut. Now, he was limping earlier. May not feel as fleet.
Thompson.
So they got a 2-on-1 right here. See, there's one Jesuit defender here and then 2 white shirts.
Couple of screens.
Right oh,
Thompson's going to wind up. He scores! Oliver Thompson. That's his 3rd of the game, and the Broncos are within 1.
That was a good take, left-handed. Bounce shot. See how the bounce shot works? Fairly close. Hard for the goalie to, the release is high. Then all of a sudden, for the goalie, the ball's down low, and then all of a sudden it's coming back up again. Bounce shots are the best.
Thompson, 15th goal of the season for the Broncos. If I don't miss my guess, he may have scored the first goal of the season for the Broncos.
Got to fly faster. Got to run faster.
Aaron Bryan.
It's just hanging around. That's a little cross-checky.
Shot in the back. This is Deacon.
He got that shot because he just hung around.
Bosane out front.
There you go.
That's Lonnie. And he ties the score. Thomas Lonnie with his 2nd goal of the game.
When you get make it, take it, you can make that happen. BB scores. BB wins the face-off, brings the ball down, shoots, scores. That's it's a little stab in the heart of Jesuit. Look at the Jesuit.
19 seconds apart, those 2 goals here in the 4th quarter for Bella Vista. And we have a brand new ball game with 10:35 to go.
Jesuit coach looking a little downtrodden, a little surprised by that kind of thing. Probably surprised to be in this situation against BB.
Does make me wonder. Of course, these are teenagers playing yesterday and then and now playing again today. Just 24 hours later, their game also 5:30 yesterday.
Potentially could be an issue for JV. Again, a little warmer yesterday, warmer here today. All of a sudden, and nobody's had time to warm up to it, as it were, and it may be a factor.
This is Bassett.
That heat fatigue is not readily apparent, but it may be. Don't forget the mental portion, too.
Martinez dispossessed of the ball. It's loose. Lots of white shirts there. A collision. Flag flies high into the air. I think the referee there was trying to get a distance record with how high that flag went.
It can happen. Oh, there's 2 flags now. That's probably the same penalty, but it can happen. Refs throw a lot of emotion when they throw the flag, and it's like just not necessary. Throw the flag. You're I'm struggling for the word. You're just a function of the game, and so to throw the flag with big emotion and be angry about it, technical. 30-second. It's just a flag. Just throw it. Those are unnecessary also.
Looks like 2 penalties.
Timeout red.
As Trent Sheridan and Max Posehn were both in the penalty box right before that timeout was called. Okay, so Jesuit, 2 men up for 30 seconds. They're going to try and regroup here. And
so when we come out, this will be a good one to watch. Not necessarily to watch just the ball, but kind of watch all the red shirts together, watch all the white shirts at the same time. You kind of pull your eyes back and watch it happen. It's 6-on-4, so a definite advantage for the offense, and a definite disadvantage and definite time to kind of freak out on defense. I mean, you got to play discipline, but you only got 4. This should be a real advantage for the offense, and so Jesuit gets the opportunity to go up 1, and so pretty useful timeout. I don't know, man. If you're up 2 guys, did you need a timeout to make the plan, or could you just work your 2 guys up and save your timeouts for later because it's only because it's a tied game? So,
but maybe like you mentioned, they're a little bit surprised to be in this particular situation.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a time needed to regroup and refocus the team.
Yeah, and I'd say they execute a man up well here. Tic tac toe, and sting the net. That's a big charge for his sideline, and a good return on using your timeout.
Each time that the Broncos have tied this game, Jesuit has responded to take the lead back. The Broncos have not led in this game yet. But that was kind of what we were witnessing at St. Mary's the other night, too.
Tough thing for the Broncos here, too. How much have they practiced 2 men down? I mean, really, there hasn't been a whole lot of season, and how much do you practice 2 men down? They're pretty sagged in. Sticks are up, though. Look at them. You can have 4 sticks on at a time, so everybody's got a long stick. All the sticks up. Jesuit, a little patient here. You'd want to see it be a little zippier, because they're not threatening the defense. Now they're going to start something.
Yeah.
So that guy's got to be covered. That's a shot.
He's going to try and take a shot around. Save Lev Elliott on the bouncer. That one's going to roll and probably roll out of bounds. Yes, that should, but that's a shot. So Jesuit's going to keep possession.
So now BV's got 5 guys. Look at the sticks up. See if the varsity does that. That's exactly what should be happening, but does the varsity get that accomplished? But look, again, Zach Glenn being a defenseman in his past, in his days at BV, the defense is well coached.
Physical when they come around that corner like that.
A lot of time being used up here with only 1 shot so far. Now they're
Now
even.
Thompson will sprint onto the field.
Take a few seconds for him to get there. And BV killed the 2 men down. You got to feel good about that. See, now they go ahead and cover the guy behind the crease. Here the BV bench. Feel pretty good about killing it. 2 men down. 2 men down, and they killed it. That cutter was shut down there.
Very patient Jesuit. Vista doing a very good job defensively, closing off the area right in front of the net. There's short hops.
11's open.
That's Martinez. Martinez is looking for his opportunities. Fakes the pass. Now right out in front. Again, good defense by Bella Vista.
That pass receiver there was looking into the sun.
Loose again.
The red shirt's going backwards and down on the ground. Loose ball push.
Whistle, and this is going to stay with Jesuit. Leo Hansen, number 43, was fighting for that one, trying to secure the possession. 7:20 to go. Very entertaining game. Has been from the outset. Broncos have come back from a 4-goal deficit to tie the score as we approach 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. I don't think they play overtime on this one with a varsity game to follow.
It'd be too bad if they didn't, but BV would feel good knotting it up with Jesuit.
Behind the net. Mason Rhodes had trouble handling it, and Bella Vista's going to get possession here.
So Bella Vista took the ball from Jesuit there. That's great. But now we've got to value this clear. If there's somebody on the goal, we've got to make that pass. We've got to catch that.
Lonnie's right there trying to keep it in bounds. Can't do it.
So now BV's opportunity here. A ride is an opportunity. But one is open. And he's the ball handler, and off he goes.
And he's fast. They've got Tucker sprinting onto the field, being chased by Trent Sheridan.
Lonnie lost a little skin on that slide there, on his elbow.
Broncos take it away again. Deacon.
Got to run faster.
Deacon is tripped up. They're going to throw the flag there. I'm going to call the clip. Or trip.
Yeah, trip 1 minute.
Sorry, I'm going off my football knowledge. Right. That'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down, right?
But they don't even call clipping anymore.
No, they don't.
I miss it. I mean, it's one of the major calls. So again, opportunity for BV. BV's got a man near the crease. A little bit different look. 33. Again, he's got it. Same guy. Got to have his stick up.
Looking for their first lead of the game.
If I'm covering 33, I know he's not going to catch the ball because his stick is at his hip. So I don't have to cover 33. 33 is not a threat.
Under 6 minutes to go.
He's open right now. They could feed him the ball and he could shoot. But will he catch it with his stick at his hip? Does he look like he's ready to play lacrosse? That's a shot.
Here's Deacon. He'll wind up. That one's too tall. Broncos keep possession. Credit Stetson Seapock. Reynolds.
BB still man up.
There's Lonnie.
Left hand.
Lonnie.
The game's tied. You got to take a more credible shot than that. Did your teammates a disservice by trying that shot.
And now quickly Jesuit is back the other way. This is Rhodes. Rhodes is going to try and bring it right around and look for a shot himself.
Reject.
That one didn't even get to the goalie.
Right.
Felix will scoop it up.
BB defense being a wall there on that shot, and he was open, and he got that open because he's so quick.
5 minutes to go. The score on your screen is correct, in case you are just joining us. Jesuit completes one trip around the world here. Let's see if they try it again here.
See the urgency on the Jesuit coach. He's coaching from the penalty box where he's not supposed to be. Not a big deal, but he's 2 steps closer to the game than he's actually supposed to be.
Can he get penalized for that, or does he just get a warning?
Probably a warning. I'd just tell him to get out. You know, a higher level maybe, different story. And the other Jesuit coach is on the field.
They'll spin it back to the X once again. Rhodes, 4 minutes to go.
Well, BB's coach is on the field too.
Well, as long as they call it both ways, right?
Yeah. You know, how much do you see that in football, professional, college?
Oh gosh, basketball?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think it happens all the time in basketball. This is going to go Bella Vista's way.
Don't know the call.
Does it take too long there? I don't know that.
That's a good. Oh, that was a good.
Got to
move
pick
with
that
his
back
body.
up. Near the sideline. That's going to go back to Jesuit.
BB got a ride. There's lots of red shirts open here.
Pellegrini sprinting off so Trent Sheridan could get back on as Bella Vista lines up defensively once again. 3.5 to go. What an afternoon for the Bronco JV lacrosse team. No matter how this one turns out.
Yeah, long possession by Jesuit here with maybe 2 quality shots. 2 shots. Were they quality?
Under 3 minutes to go. O'Reilly in front. Nice job by Lev Elliott once again. And a crease violation.
A critical clear.
I mentioned Lev Elliott to Coach Glenn today, and it's like he just lit up when he was talking about him, how he has taken ownership of this goalie position and how much he has improved.
It's a shot.
Jesuit right out in front. That one's deflected away. Never even reached the goalie. That's going to go to Bella Vista. 2:22 to go. Broncos have got to get a clear, and they got to get set up offensively. They can win this game.
So they're covering. Jesuit's covering every guy down low. That wasn't the best choice.
But can he get that? He does. Take your time. Set it up. This is Lonnie. Lonnie is going to bounce a shot. Seapock almost had it right out in front. Ball is loose. De Guzman comes up with it. Had a nice save on Lonnie's shot as well. 2 minutes to go. Here come the Marauders with Bassett. Sheridan swiping at him.
One's a lefty. Uh-oh.
right out in front. That goes wide.
2-3 is one of their ball handlers. That's the guy you want taking that shot.
Jesuit, that's Rhodes. So I just
Red.
heard a call, a timeout, and so yes, indeed, a timeout called as the Broncos. 1:36 to go in the ball game here, and this is fun tonight.
As a fan, as a viewer, this is what you want to see. You know, it's it's deadlocked. Minute and a half, minute 40. Two teams that seem pretty darn even, locked up. We've got, again, BV, as we said before, has been handling the Jesuit offense. They hadn't shut them down. There's 8 goals. But they've been handling the offense, and they certainly have handled them in the last, I don't know, several minutes. So, you know, two of those shots didn't even make it to the goal.
Mm-hmm.
We're knocking guys down, you know, harassing the drivers and keeping the ball away from the goal. So, you know, BV, again, it's okay to be on defense, and BV should feel good. We're okay being on defense. We need to take it. We need to get the clear done. We need to go on offense so we can shoot and win the game. But BV's managing the Jesuit offense.
We talked about patience earlier in the game, and that would have behooved Bella Vista to be a little bit more patient on that last possession.
Yes, I mean, Lonnie did a good job catching that pass. We got the clear. Lonnie did a good job catching that long pass. And so let's go down. Did we run out the game down here? I don't know quite about that if BV had gotten it. I don't know if we quite run out the game. But, you know, does BV have 2 timeouts left in this half? I think they do. So
yeah, I don't think that they've taken.
Yeah,
Jesuit's taken 2.
So BV could have had the ball for half of the quarter that's left, you know, and built a shot, and they've been able to do that too. So again, that's just sort of lacrosse IQ, managing yourself, knowing what to do in the heat of the moment, and there's plenty of heat in those moments.
Broncos have clawed back from a 4-goal deficit to tie this one up, but lately Jesuits kind of dominated the possession. Bella Vista's had some opportunities. Here's a pass. They tried to find a cutting man, and all game they have not been connecting on that pass.
And they had that guy well covered too, which is great to see.
Part of the difference between today and yesterday afternoon for Jesuit is yesterday I think they were connecting on those passes, at least more frequently. That one's too tall. Jesuit keeps possession. 1:08 to go.
You make Jesuit take shots like that. That's not a real high-quality shot. A little farther out, I think he was being a little harassed. Again, BV managing Jesuit's offense. Jesuit has the ability to strike, though, so you know we're worried.
There's Rhodes. He'll wind up. He scores. Actually, that wasn't Rhodes. Let me get the
2-3.
2-3. That is Gavin Anderson, who finds the back of the net. The first goal of the 4th quarter for Jesuit. 43.1 seconds to go, and the Marauders take a 9-8 lead.
We mentioned at the beginning, 2-3 Jesuit is one of their ball handlers, and so that's a guy you'd look to at a moment like this. And he gets himself open, takes a quality shot, and Jesuit's up.
So on the face-off, it's critical that Bella Vista win this one. Can't lose that possession.
White gets it. You might want to call timeout here. White's not trying hard enough.
That's going to go out of bounds. That is going to go to Bella Vista. 28 seconds to go.
Call timeout here.
And I think they just did that.
Yep.
So the Broncos, with 28.5 seconds to go, are going to regroup, set something up, and hopefully get an equalizer here in the final minute of play, and pull a tie out here.
Yeah, if you're 10, 12 weeks into the season now, and so you know you have the ability to know who can do what you can do as a group. You've watched this whole game too, so you know what Jesuit's like. And so this is your opportunity to make a plan. So you see the gesturing going on by Coach Glenn down there in the huddle. They are making a plan. Here, there, you go here, you do this, you do that. And again, what a great time. Again, late in the season, we know what to do. And here we are. We can test ourselves and see if we can get it done.
All right, so they're winding it up here. They're winding up the possession.
So the restart is on the far side there on the football 48. See where the ball is sitting right there on the hash mark. So that's where BV will restart. So they can have the rest of their offense set up down there. Jesuit's got to be 5 yards off of that guy on the restart. And away we go.
Can the Broncos find pay dirt one last time and snatch a tie from the jaws of defeat? Oliver Thompson will bring it in.
So BV subbing the limper.
28.5 seconds to go.
Let's see him run a little faster.
Clock is ticking. This is Thompson. Thompson, he's looking. Dispossessed. Ball is loose.
Got to have that ground ball. I think he felt people coming at him.
We're now down to 9 seconds to go. That's still loose. 5 seconds to go. This is going to bounce free, and Jesuit is going to hold on and win this one here tonight. 9-8 over the Bella Vista Broncos. Devastating goal with 48 seconds to go or so, but still, what a performance tonight by the Bella Vista Broncos. They did not win, they did not tie, but they have got to be proud of what they did today.
Well, and they made Jesuit do absolutely everything they possibly could to win this game. Jesuit didn't win it till 1 minute and 30 seconds left, 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Ball was down on the Jesuit end, in the last seconds of the game. Jesuit had to get it. BV made Jesuit be absolutely everything Jesuit could possibly be in order to win this game. You got to feel good about it.
Absolutely. Taking a look at some of the numbers, we get a close-in shot here of the Broncos, and certainly Lev Elliott, if you want to talk players of the game, he did very well, even though 9 of them got past him. He did very well. Trent Sheridan, yes, you're pointing him out on the roster. We talked about him a lot. Possible call-up for postseason if the Broncos reach postseason. And you know, he's just played solid all season long.
Yeah, tough defense today, great clear. I mean, he's a bigger guy, and he was flying up there with cradle in one hand. And again, remember that created a BV goal. So he's a guy that can, you know, that the coach really counts on. And he played an excellent game here against a good team. And
the Broncos, scoring-wise, Oliver Thompson leads the way. He had 3 goals tonight. Reynolds and Lonnie each had 2. So that's 7 of the 8 goals that they scored right there. And Avery Deacon got the other one. So the usual suspects are the ones that are finding the back of the net. Unfortunately, there were some opportunities, limited possessions, but some opportunities late where they just couldn't get it past Jacoby de Guzman.
Yeah, you know, they say, of course, football is a game of inches. Lacrosse is the same thing. You got to catch every ball. You got to get every ground ball. You can't afford to make the bad pass, the wrong pass. And so those little things will cause bad things to happen. Both sides, every game, all teams, every game. And so some of them go your way, some of them don't. But again, BV should feel good. Played again, getting better than they are. I think they played their best game. I missed the last one where you said they scored a lot in the most recent game. I missed that one. Was that their best game? Well, could have been, but this game was very good.
2 consecutive games where they scored 15 goals, 15-1 at St. Mary's, 15-2 this past Monday against Christian Brothers, and then of course there was the 5-4 loss a week ago today in overtime to Rio Americano. So they've played really solid the last week or so, and I think that Zach Glenn is very, very excited with what this team is doing, especially as we head down the stretch.
It should be, and they've earned it. He's earned it, and again, you want to get better every week. You want to get better than you've been, and how great is it to see teams get better over time? You coach Little League baseball, you coach Little League youth soccer, you coach youth lacrosse, and you just know they're going to get better, and it's just great to see. You tell the parents in the beginning of the season, watch us at the end.
Right.
And look what we're going to be. And they've done it.
So it's a 9-8 win for Jesuit here. The Marauders JV goes to 7-5 on the year. The Broncos fall to 6-7. Bella Vista will next play Friday night, 5:30, right here at Bella Vista High School. That will be part of the lead-in to senior night here as the Broncos take on Rio Americano. The JV game is at 5:30. The varsity game is at 7:30. And in between games, we will honor the graduating seniors on the varsity squad. So we're going to close off the JV broadcast for now. We'll be back on in a few minutes with the varsity game. Thank you so much for joining us. For Julie Tharlson, our producer, and our camera crew, including Julie, as we mentioned, and Stephanie DeGata, for David Houseworth, I'm George Tharlson. So